Hi guys, how are y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am going to teach you how to make this beautiful gathered gown. Okay, so keep watching, and if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe, like, share and comment on my videos. Let's get started. So to make this beautiful gown, the first thing you need to do is to fold my material by 2, and after folding I will mark the starting point of the gown. So my starting point, which will also serve as my shoulder point, is where I'm going to mark now. So this is the starting point of the gown. So after marking it there, the next thing I'm going to do is to place my tape on a straight line to bring out the body points. So I'm going to start by marking the full gown length. The length of the half, it has a half length, and where that length where the gather is going to start from, that is what I'm marking now. So I'm marking 32 inches as the length of the first length of the gown, and I'm going to mark my other body points. I'm going to mark my armhole point. This is my armhole point at 9 inches because my client is very big. My bust point at 11 inches and waist at 17, hip at 25 because she's tall and huge. So I want to make the gown I want to extend the points by 1 inch because she's very tall and huge. So her armhole, her shoulder divided by 2 is 8, so I'm taking it down to the armhole point. 8 inches shoulder divided by 2, I took it down, then I came up by 1 inch from the armhole to mark my armhole curve. So I'm going to divide my bust circumference by 4. My client's bust circumference divided by 4 plus I'm going to add extra. Did I add 3 inches? Okay, 2 inches, 2.5 inches seam allowance. I want this gown to be as free as possible because she said she wants the gown to be very free on her. So we have 14.5. I am going to mark my client's waist circumference. Her waist circumference divided by 4. So because she's pregnant, okay, so I want the gown to be very free on her. So that is what I'm doing here. So her bust, what I have on her bust, I took it down to her waist, and her hip circumference divided by 4 plus 2.5 inches seam allowance. That is what I did. And I took the hip circumference, what I have on the hip, I took it down to the full length. That is where my full length is, and that is what we have as God may have it. This is the back bodice of the gown. This is the back bodice. So we're going to go ahead now and cut out the front bodies. Okay, so the difference between the front and the back is that the front is going to have a button at the front, so we are going to create a button allowance at the front, but we're not with this material. Okay, so since we are not going to use the material for the button allowance, so we left out 1/2 inch at the front piece. Okay, for the front there is 1/2 inch before you see the back. That's what I'm showing you guys here. Okay, the difference between the front and the back is because the front is 1/2 inch longer than the back piece. Okay, so I'm trying to trim off the excesses. So now we are going to go ahead and open the slit for the front because the front has an opening. So we are going to open the slit so we could attach the design, the black design. If you watch the style I'm making, you will notice that it has a black thing at the front for the button allowance. That is what we are going to attach with the 1/2 inch. Okay, so for the neck, the wideness of the neck is going to be 3 inches, while the depth of the back neckline, we are going to cut the back neckline first, is 1 inch, and we are going to mark our shoulders low by 1 inch. Then I'll cut it out. So for the front neckline, I am going to go down by 3 inches because it's a shirt. I'll connect the lines, then I'll cut out. So that is it for the neckline cutting. So we are done with the gown. We are going to go ahead now and attach this piece. This is the black design that we're going to put at the front piece of the gown. So I'll go ahead now and I'll attach a hemming a gum stem on it to make it stand very well. Then I will attach it. Just use the 1/2 inch to attach it there. Then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So I am done attaching the gum stem to it. So this is the gum stem. This is what it looks like after attaching the gum stem on the black piece, the black design. So I'm going to put it like this. I will use the 1/2 inch to sew it together. I'm going to attach it. Just watch the video, see what I'm doing there. That is exactly how I'm going to attach it to the sewing machine. I'll just sew straight on a straight line like this, and I'll bring the other one and I'll put the fabric inside by 1/2 inch, as you're seeing there, by 1/2 inch, and I will join it. I will sew it on a straight line. Okay, then I will come back and show you what it looks like after doing that. So guys, for the sleeve, the length of the sleeve I'm going to make use of is 29.5, which I am going to come up by 2.5 inches. For the elastic allowance, that is where I'm going to put the elastic. Okay, so the wideness of this sleeve is 15 inches. That is what I cut out. I cut out length of 29.5 and the wideness is 15 inches. So now I am going to go down by, this is the starting point of the sleeve, then I'm going to go down by 5 inches for the curving of the sleeve. So I'm going to curve it by 12.5. That is my client's armhole divided by 2 is 12.5. So I am going to mark a straight line. Then it's because it's a sleeve, it doesn't have to be curved or anything. Okay, it's going to be as big as possible. That is why it is called a balloon sleeve. So I am just trimming out the whole excesses. Then that is it for the sleeve. Okay, so we keep it by the side. I also notch the elastic allowance. So guys, this is the girder. Now this is the girder we are talking about. This is the main design of the gown. We have, so I use the upper side of the gown for the body of the gown and the balloon sleeve. So I use the whole 4 yards of this material to gather at the down part of the gown. Okay, to make a gather at the down part of the gown. So the wideness of this gather is 4 yards and some inches, and the length is 15 inches in length. Okay, that is what we made use of. So we are going to gather it. We are going to sew a straight line all through the 4 yards and then gather it. So for the front piece, this is what we came through with. Okay, so I'm going to place it on top of the other. For the button allowance, I'm going to use my pin to hold it now. Then after holding it with my pin, this is what we are going to do it. Okay, so this is what we are going to do now. Now after doing it, I'm going to place my back piece on the front piece like so, and then I will join the shoulders, the 2 shoulders. I will join the 2 shoulders together. Then I'll come back and show you what it looks like after doing that. So now guys, I'm done joining the shoulders together. So this is the collar. This is the bishop collar that we are going to put at the gown neckline. So I've closed it up by 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to insert it at the starting point of the neck area of the gown. I will pin it up, and I will watch how I'm going to pin it up. Then I will be doing like that around the neckline. I'll just be putting 1/2 inch around the neckline, and then I'll pin it up like that. That is how I'm going. If you like, you take it to your machine straight. Be using 1/2 inch to just sew around the neckline. Where you get to the other end of the neckline, then you close it up just the way I closed it, this one up, and I will show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like after joining. This is what it looks like. It came out so beautiful and neat. So guys, the next thing we are going to do now is to put the sleeve. So we're going to start the sleeve now. So for the joining of the gown, I am going to use 1.5 inch, 1 inch to join the both sides of the gown. Okay, so I'm going to use 1 inch to join the both sides of the gown, just like I'm marking down now. I'll just draw a straight line on it, and that is what we are going to do for closing up the gown. So after joining, this is what it looks like after joining the two sides. So let's go ahead now and attach the gathered part of the gown. Okay, so this is the gather. We are done making the gather. This is the gathers. So I am going to now close it up. So you are going to, before you attach the gather, you're going to measure around the down part of the gown. You're going to measure it, then you would know where to stop gathering. Okay, if the circle, that's the circumference of the gown, that's the down part of the gown, that's the hemming area of the gown, if the circumference is 50, you're going to stop your gather at 50. So for the sleeve, this is the sleeve. I'm going to put the elastic on the sleeve. This is 1 inch elastic, so I'm going to use 1/2 inch as the elastic. 1/2 inch elastic to it. If you like, you use 1 inch. I want to use the smaller elastic to it. I'm going to put a pin at the top of the elastic like this, and I'm going to gather it just like so. So after gathering it, I will check the wideness of my client's ankle. So I'm checking the wideness of my client's ankle. Then I will use my pin to hold it, then cut off the excesses. So I'm going to do the same for the other side of the sleeve. Then I will notch the center of the sleeve, then attach it to the bodice. That's what we are going to do for the sleeve. Okay,
you got your second chance. So are you gonna give it your best? You're so full of romance. So are you gonna give it your best? This ain't by happenstance, ain't no guarantee. Now let's expand it. Now where were we? I'm putting all bets on you. To be honest, are you gonna keep your? I'm putting all bets on you. To be honest, are you gonna keep your promise? Are you gonna keep your promise? Are you gonna keep your? You seem a little different this time. Seem more sure, more mature. If you think it was good the first time, you think it was sweet, wanting more. But I can love you better.
so I have shown you how to join the sleeve. We did one part of the sleeve. We are going to finish the other part behind the camera. Okay, so I'm going to close the gather like this. Where I'm going to pin is where I'm going to stitch on a straight line. Then I'm going to use my pin to hold it for the camera, so that I will show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to attach it like this to the gown. I'm going to attach it to the gown like this. This is how I'm going to attach the gather to the gown. I will use my pin to hold it. I will sew it all round like that, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like after joining. Exactly, just do exactly what I showed you there. I also added a button. Then I came up by 2 inches. I closed that place up by 2 inches before attaching the buttons. So guys, it's very easy to make. Okay, I hope you learned something from here. Okay, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.